Hello once again, wrestling fans. Brian Schenk here from Off the Top Rope Radio on KQCK, heard worldwide on KQCK.com. We're here in the Big Easy, baby, New Orleans, Louisiana, for WrestleMania Access, WrestleMania 30. The convention center here is full. The people are walking in. They're lining up for autographs. They're taking pictures. They're climbing the ladders over there at Kofi Kingston. They're having a great time. Bob Backlund's putting people in headlocks and giving them elbow drops. It's fantastic. If you're not here, you should be. So sit back and enjoy yourselves because we're having some great interviews with all the top superstars in the WWE. So sit back and enjoy, and we'll be right back. Like they say in the world, everybody's got a price, and it is, of course, the $1 Million Man, Ted Dibiase, who has echoed that statement many times over, and we're honored and privileged to have Ted Dibiase, the $1 Million Man, right here at WrestleMania Access.
Hey, it's great to be here. And New Orleans is like coming home, because long before the $1 Million Man and the WWE, I started my wrestling career right here in Mid-South for Cowboy Bill Watts.
Yes.
And so, I mean, I literally wrestled in New Orleans every week. So,
we saw Bill Watts last night at the Mid-South Legends reunion down here in Chalmette, Louisiana. Great guy. He looked wonderful, had the gray hair going on. Matter of fact, Jimmy Cornette said he owes him a smack across the face, but it didn't happen. I think he was a little afraid of Bill Watts.
Nah, you know, Bill's one of those guys, you know, it's kind of like, where's a 300-pound gorilla sleep? Anywhere he wants to. Yeah. He's a great guy.
Yeah. No, you do have a lot of history here in this town and this state. I mean, we talk about your father, Iron Mike Dibiase, and your son, Ted Dibiase Jr. I mean, what a great wrestling family to be involved in with the Dibiases, and your career here in the WWE for many, many years. You had the $1 Million belt. You were the true champion, in my opinion, when that happened with Andre the Giant, and it's just a great thing to be standing here to you today.
Well, you know, it's wonderful. You know, to Vince McMahon's credit, you know, he's taken wrestling to a place nobody ever dreamed. I mean, actually, when my wife and I were driving down here from Mississippi, where I live now, I said, you know, I never imagined that as many times as I've made this trip back and forth to New Orleans, that when I was 60 years old, which I am now, that I'd be driving to New Orleans for a wrestling show.
Yeah.
But, you know, to come down here, and I mean, I've literally met people in the last 2 days from all over the world.
Yes.
New Zealand, South Africa, Germany, France. I mean, it's incredible.
It is.
They're all here for WrestleMania.
I've talked to people outside that were from Germany and the United Kingdom, and I know somebody in my family from Canada who came on out for this. So, I mean, this is worldwide. This is where you want to be. WrestleMania Access in the Big Easy, baby. New Orleans, Louisiana, stomping grounds of Ted Dibiase. So what's on your docket now? I know you're very active in your church and your faith and your belief in God. So what's happening with that?
I'm a traveling minister. I guess evangelism. Heart of David Ministry is my ministry, and it's a ministry of just that, and you know, evangelism and encouragement. I travel around the United States, Canada, actually around the world. I speak to a lot of men's groups. My wife and I speak to couples all the time. I've gotten very involved here lately with our wounded warriors. Just came back from a visit to Bethesda Naval Hospital, which was extremely inspiring and humbling. And you know, that's the core of what I do in terms of ministry. And actually, you know, even in an environment like this, you know, people will approach me that know I'm a minister and say, hey, can I talk to you for a minute? So, you know, you're always on call.
Yeah. God has no hold button.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Well, you know what? I got to tell you before we go, here's the $100 I owe you, by the way. I appreciate this very much, and I'm sorry it took so long to get back to you.
Yeah, well, you know, I'm glad that you offered it up, because I was about to ask you for it.
I know.
Because everybody's got to just remember one thing. Everybody's got a price for the $1 Million Man.